Hi. Um. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. This is just me basically. Um. Okay. So I quit smoking weed 2 weeks ago. It's been not even 2 weeks ago. It's been a week. I quit smoking weed. So I quit smoking weed a week ago, and this is like the fourth time in my life I've tried quitting. I've been smoking weed for about 12 years, I'd say. I'm 28 right now, and I started more or less when I was 15, 16. And ever since I started, I basically did it every day, all day, until I reached adulthood, where I calmed down and I did it only in the evening, or more or less, because on the weekends, there would be some weekends where I'd do it in the morning too. Anyway, the point is, I wasn't really living anymore. I'd given up. I was just using weed as an anesthetic to avoid facing my problems, to avoid facing the music. And I quit in the past, like I said, and every time I quit in the past was when the best things happened to me in my life. And quitting was what brought me here where I am today. So I should give you some context probably. I'm making this video because I've recently been. So one thing that helped me a lot in the past when I wanted to quit was a subreddit called Art Leaves. I'm gonna leave a link in the description or whatever. And if you, like me, do want to quit and you're having a hard time and you're struggling, I strongly recommend you go on there, write a post, tell us what you're thinking, what you're feeling. There's a lot of good people that can help you out and give you some good advice. I know that I definitely was able to do what I wanted to do thanks to the advice I got on that thing. So, yeah, that's my first piece of advice. If you want to quit, go to Leaves. And I realized that one of the things that helped me the most with quitting was having people explain what brought them to quit, how they're dealing with quitting, and how they feel about having quitted afterwards. So that's what I'm going to try doing via video. I guess for some people, video is a bit stronger than text. I'm going to let it all hang out. I'm going to cry if I need to cry, say what I need to say. This is going to be my kind of diary. I've been keeping a journal, and I find it very well, you know what I mean. I don't know how to say that word, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, I've been off-putting this video because I've had the cold for the past week, and I've been paranoid. I don't know whether the cold has to do with the withdrawal symptoms or something like that. But one thing I do want to show you is, so one thing that brought me to quit in the first place. Um, if you're, if like me and like most of us, you are trying to convince yourself that it's not too bad, that there's plenty of people that smoke every day, that you have a lot of examples of people that are highly functioning, smoke, well, weed smokers. There's Seth Rogen, there's Snoop Dogg, and there's all these cool people that are able to smoke weed every day. Why can't I do it as well and have a happy life? That's the hardest thing for me to accept, is that I'm not those people. I can't do that. I wish that I was, but I'm not. And I think this time round, the big difference with the other times I've quit is that in the past I would quit hoping that one day I could go back to smoking as a recreational smoker. And I think that was the biggest mistake in my mindset. And nowadays, I've accepted the fact that I can't be a recreational smoker. I can't just randomly smoke once in a while. I just can't. I have to do without it. As much as it hurts me, as much as I wish I was, as much as this thing has been part of me for the past 12 years of my life. So, you know, I'm a big fan of the weed culture and reggae and this sort of stuff. But I have to cut off, I have to stop, and I have to get rid of it. And so one of the things that convinced me was when I was a few years ago, I wanted to quit, and I was looking for, connections between marijuana addiction and depression, basically. I had decided to seek out professional help because I wasn't doing very well. And yeah, I was looking out for links for that, and I came upon this article on a website called Marijuana Anonymous, which I guess is like Alcoholics Anonymous, but for marijuana users. I think it's like in America, it's kind of a religious thing, to be honest, and I'm not very religious, so I'm not a fan of that aspect of it. But there's this page called the 12 Questions of Marijuana Anonymous. The following questions may help you determine whether marijuana is a problem in your life. And these questions, I basically answered yes to all 12 of them. And at the end of the questions, it says, if you answered yes to any of the above questions, you may have a problem with marijuana. So the 12 questions are: 1, has smoking pot stopped being fun? Yes, it had. I would every day smoke pot, and then in the evening, I would hate myself for doing it. And the morning after, I'd wake up wanting to do it again. But it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Yeah, my cat's pissed off as well about it. That's how fucked up it is. Number 2, do you ever get high alone? Of course I did. Number 3, is it hard for you to imagine a life without marijuana? Yes. Yes. And yes. 4, do you find that your friends are determined by your marijuana use? Yes again. Especially in the past, I would only hang out with stoners. I've moved to a new country 8 months ago. I moved to Amsterdam. That's how smart I was, because I'd stopped smoking, and I moved to Amsterdam when I had quit smoking. And when I moved here, it was like, yeah, but Amsterdam weed is different. Maybe it's less addictive. Maybe I can smoke it once in a while. And maybe fuck you, Dom, because you were wrong. 5, do you use marijuana to avoid dealing with your problems? Of course I do. My dad died 2 months ago, and the only thing I wanted to do was smoke weed. 6, do you smoke pot to cope with your feelings? Of course I do. Who fucking doesn't? Maybe Seth Rogen. I don't know. 7, does your marijuana use let you live in a privately defined world? And this is probably one of the most scariest and most true things in this list. It really does allow you to shut yourself off and just live in your bubble, and it's a massive fuck you to the whole world, to life, to living. It's like, I don't care about anything, I just want to smoke my weed, go to bed, and that's it. And 8, have you ever failed to keep promises you made about cutting down or controlling your use of marijuana? Of course. Number 9, has your use of marijuana caused problems with memory, concentration, or motivation? I can't remember much anymore. I have a really hard time remembering things. And every time I quit, I realized that would become less of a problem, but still, I don't think it's going to get any better. And I don't think that smoking more marijuana is going to help. It's just going to make things worse. And I don't like the fact that I can't remember most of my adult life. 9. Well, no, actually 10. When your stash is nearly empty, do you feel anxious or worried about how to get more? Don't even get me started on my teenage years when I had to go outside and buy it on the streets and stuff like that. 11. Do you plan your life around your marijuana use? This one is really freaky. This one, yeah, because you'd be outside, I'd be at work, and there was a colleague I like would say, do you want to come for a beer? And I would have liked to go for a beer, but I would say no, because I knew that the alternative was to go home and smoke some weed, and I preferred doing that. So, 12. Have friends or relatives ever complained that you're using is damaging your relationship with them? Yes. So this is the beginning of my story. I'm going to try and keep making videos. Probably because it's helping me just say this stuff out loud. And I hope it's going to help you in some way. Um, if you're in doubt whether to quit or not, my advice is just do it. Go to r/leaves. Again, I'm going to leave the thing in the description. Talk to us. Talk about your problems. There are a lot of people that have been going through very similar things. The thing that really helped me was to understand that my problems weren't my problems. They were everyone's problems. It's not me. I didn't have anything going wrong. I still don't have anything specific wrong with me. It's a drug. As much as it's a soft drug, it's still a drug, and it's addictive, and it does have repercussions on your mental health, on your physical health. So do reach out to someone if you do want to quit. If you need help, if you're struggling, reach out to us, talk to us. Send me a private message if you want to. We're here to help, and I hope that this will be inspiration for those of you that do want to quit, and I hope that will be help for those that have just recently decided to quit and need that extra push. You're doing the right thing. Stay strong, stay proud. Peace.